Good morning, folks. This is Deb. God knows I understand that Lisa Murkowski is about the best that the Republican Party has to offer us, okay? Um, but this constant whining over being afraid is beginning to really grate on my nerves, and I really want her to just shut the fuck up and do something. She's afraid. Everybody in the Republican Party is afraid, according to Lisa Murkowski. Well, I'm curious as to what exactly they're afraid of. I personally think they're more afraid of being primaried and maybe losing their jobs than anything else. That's what I'm thinking, okay? And then she's whining about the fact that Congress has given too much power to the president. Well, you know what? That's on them. That's on them. And by the way, a complacent American public who has allowed them to do that. So here's my point. If Lisa Murkowski is afraid, how the fuck does she think we feel? We watch every day as people are kidnapped off the street by masked ICE agents and shipped off to gulags in El Salvador. Okay? How does she feel how does she think we feel when we send our kids to school and those kids are maybe subject to ICE entering their schools and taking them? We have seen that now. They are now targeting schools. Okay? How does she feel as millions of Americans sit here watching Trump destroy the economy, watching their retirement go to hell in a basket, wondering about where they're going to be, how they're going to live out the end of their lives? How does she think we feel every time we hear a threat about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid? But they're afraid. All those people who sit there in their chairs, nice and silent, and let Donald Trump just do whatever the fuck he wants to this country. And I'm talking about the Republicans now, okay? Because the Democrats have now picked up the mantle. All right. We have Bernie Sanders and AOC on the road going into red districts and having rallies. Okay. We have Chris Murphy on a bus tour. We have Tim Walz, a governor, doing the same thing. I'm talking about the Republicans who have turned this party over to a fascist. And I'm tired of people posting old videos of Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz shit talking Donald Trump. You know what? None of that matters now. It doesn't matter what they said in 2015. What matters is the fact that they are right on board with him right now. Okay? So here's my point. If Lisa Murkowski is worried about this, do something about it. Do something about it. It's on you. It's your party to fix. Okay? Here's what I want the American people to do. I want the American people to never, ever, ever again remain unengaged in government. Okay? It is critical that we drive the bus. Now, Lisa Murkowski is talking about the fact that she can't support Medicaid cuts. Well, I wonder why. Maybe because that'll screw over her constituents in Alaska. Plenty of people in Alaska are on Medicaid. And that's true of every red state. So here's my point. There's a growing movement in the Republican Party to not support this budget. Get on the phone now. Start calling your red state representatives and telling them you don't want Medicaid cut. It does not benefit you to have that happen. Do you understand what that does? I'm not sure that there are enough smart MAGA supporters to understand that, but there are certainly enough smart Republican supporters who aren't MAGA that understand that. It is time to be heard. If there is a growing movement in the Senate to not go for this budget, it's up to us to make it happen. Okay? Let's start now. And that includes people who are Democratic Party voters. Okay? It doesn't hurt to call your Democratic Party senators and Congress people and push them on that. It does not. It does not hurt. And if you are a Democrat living in a red state, you call anyway. Don't throw your arms up in the air and use the excuse, well, they won't listen to me anyway. You know what? Do it. If you don't want to do that, send a postcard. Postcards aren't held up as mail and inspected. They go right through. Send a postcard. The postage is cheaper than a letter anyway. Send an email. Do something. Do something. But what I really want more than anything is for Lisa Murkowski to shut the fuck up and do something. If she is presenting herself as the leader of the resistance for the Republican Party, she needs to do more than whine about what she's afraid about. She needs to talk about what it's doing to hurt the people of the United States. And then she needs to show some strength so she can inspire other Republican legislators to show some spine. There is not one spine in the GOP. Not one. Not one that I can find anyway. There may be some hidden, but they don't do us any good in hiding. I will talk to you all later.